guys, welcome to Verba Voice. I'm Abby Verba, and in today's video, I want to be giving you some tips on how to sing and pronounce diphthongs. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to get more tips and tricks on how to improve your voice and your pronunciation and diction as a singer. So what are diphthongs? Diphthongs are the long vowels that we pronounce in English. I'm going to be talking about American English since I'm American and I'm coming from that background. So a diphthong is a combination of two vowels that bends together to make one sound said over one syllable. Examples of that would be the sound A as in play or pray, day, O like show or go, or maybe an oo like to, you. Even words with the letter R with a vowel in front of them, such as ear or R. Those are also diphthongs because the consonant R in English in the rules of pronunciation is treated as a vowel. So what does this mean for singers and why is this important? Diphthongs can be a little tricky when you're singing, especially if you have a melody that's really long and you're holding out a vowel over that long melody. I'll give you the example of Adele's I Set Fire to the Rain. So she sings like, I set fire to the rain. There we have two diphthongs. We have ire in fire. That's actually more of a triphthong. That's a, e, and And then we also have a in rain. And so what is Adele doing here? So if you'll notice, she's singing and stretching out certain parts of the diphthong more than others on these lines that she's singing. Fire, fire. She's almost even adding like an in the middle of it, which is more of what we call the schwa sound in English. So she's stretching out mostly that front end of this vowel combination and then ending in an Because her melody is also pretty long on the you could say that they're almost equal, but she's kind of putting more emphasis, especially bringing the vocal melody up on the first part of that diphthong. Fire! And she walks down. So you'll notice that most of the time when people sing diphthongs, they focus on the first part of the vowel. For example, on rain, she's singing that a bit longer than the E. She's not going to sing rain with an E. She's going to sing a rain. And that makes that vowel just like sing and shine so much better that way. So if you want to sing a diphthong really well, first of all, you want to make sure that you stretch out the front of that diphthong a little bit more than the end of the diphthong. The first sound in that diphthong needs to be what's more in focus because that's normally the more open part of the vowel, the one that's more singable, the one that we want to focus on more. And in speech as well, you don't really hear people also like saying diphthongs that way. So it feels a bit unnatural to stretch out the end of a diphthong. So that's also why you want to just make sure you get that emphasis on the front. And the other thing you want to focus on is if you're not a native English speaker and you want to sing diphthongs in a song, you want to sing a diphthong correctly. You want to make sure that you're actually singing a diphthong and not a monophthong. What's a monophthong? A monophthong is a vowel that has one singular sound, such as an a or an e or an e, something that doesn't change shape, doesn't change into any bend into any other vowel sound. So you want to make sure that you're actually bending those two sounds together and making a real full diphthong. For example, you might hear people who don't have diphthongs in their native language sing Adele's Fire to the Rain a bit like this. And I set fire to the rain, or rain, or something where they just stretch one singular sound out. For example, I live in Hungary. A lot of the time Hungarians will sing this A diphthong as an A because there's an A sound in the Hungarian language that sounds similar to this diphthong, but it's really a monophthong. It's just A. So they might sing rain. You want to make sure you get the E bending into the E. Rain, rain, I set fire to the rain. So I hope this tip was helpful for you today. Feel free again to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more tips like this in the future. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!